Good afternoon, Tomcat Nation, and welcome to this edition of the Tomcat Report. My name is Garret England. The baseball team returned to Greenville riding a 4-game winning streak after competing in the Gene Kuzik Classic held in Fort Myers, Florida. The Tomcats ended their spring trip with a record of 6-2, picking up wins against McMurray, Haverford, Alvernia, Rockford, Johns Hopkins, and Wisconsin Lutheran. The softball team also returned to Greenville after competing in the spring games at Claremont, Florida. The Tomcats concluded their spring trip with a record of 4-6, picking up wins over Penn State Brandywine, Wesleyan, Ohio Wesleyan, and Gordon College. The men's lacrosse team extended their winning streak to 4 games, picking up wins versus Houghton and Muskingum. Against Houghton, Tim O'Shea led the charge for the Tomcats with 7 goals and 3 assists, giving him ORLC Offensive Player of the Week honors for the second time this season. Sean Loney scored 3 goals and added 3 assists. Tim O'Shea paced the Tomcats against Muskingum, netting 4 goals and dishing out 2 assists, while Ed Cargbo recorded 2 goals and 2 assists. Brennan O'Shea was named ORLC Defensive Player of the Week on Monday. Brennan O'Shea recorded 4 ground balls and caused 2 turnovers against Muskingum. The women's lacrosse team dropped the game to Madai last week. Jennifer Rickens led the Tomcats with a goal and an assist, while Courtney Fada scored a goal. Freshman Brett Belts competed at the D3 National Wrestling Championship in Cedar Rapids, Iowa last week. Belts lost 2 tough decisions against Grant Parker of Augsburg and Nick Bova of Wabash. Belts finished his season 17-4 while earning PAC and NWCA Mid-East Regional Most Outstanding Wrestler at both tournaments. This week's Thiel Athletes of the Week are senior catcher Dan Kohler and sophomore infielder AJ Karate. Kohler swung a hot bat in Florida, hitting .536 with 8 RBIs, 6 runs scored, and 5 doubles. Kohler hit a walk-off 2 RBI single against Haverford and also scored the game-winning run on a wild pitch against Alvernia. Karate led the Tomcats in Florida, hitting .438 with 14 hits, 6 runs batted in, 5 runs scored, and 5 doubles. Coming up this week for the Tomcats, the men's volleyball team will host Penn State Barons starting at 7 p.m. on Thursday. On Saturday, the men's lacrosse team will hit the road to take on Defiance College at 1 p.m. The women's lacrosse team will host Hanover in the Dome starting at 1 p.m. And finally, the baseball team will host a doubleheader versus John Carroll University starting at 1 p.m. at Tomcat Park. Thank you for watching. My name is Garret England. Keep track of all your favorite Tomcats at home and on the road by logging on to ThielAthletics.com and on social media at Thiel Athletics.